The showdown over the controversial reproductive health law moves from Congress to the Supreme Court. On Tuesday, Supreme Court justices grilled critics of the RH law in oral arguments as the High Tribunal studies a petition questioning the constitutionality of a law that took 13 years to pass. Critics say the law promotes abortion and violates a constitutional right to life. Former Senator Francisco Tatad compares the law to genocide, which, quote, prevents the birth of a child. Maria Concepcion Noche, lawyer for the petitioners, says life begins at conception. But Associate Justice Antonio Carpio asks, you're asking members of this court, none of us doctors, to decide the medical issue of when conception happens. Noche argues the court needs to intervene over the issue of conception because it is not settled in the medical profession. But Carpio responds, if it is not settled in the medical profession, how do you expect us to rule? Associate Justice Marvic Leonen echoes Carpio's concern that the petitioners are giving the court the responsibility to decide when life begins. Leonen tells Noche, we are not a council of faith nor medical doctors, we are only Supreme Court justices. What we can only use as tools are the law. But Associate Justice Mariano del Castillo tells the petitioners, I agree that life begins at the meeting of egg and sperm. Give us a list of abortifacient drugs. Noche says she's confident in the argument she presented.
It was a grueling 5 hours, but I was able to, express what I needed to express, our objections to the RH law, and I think that's what's important.
But Albay Representative Edsa Lagman, proponent of the RH bill, says the pro-RH side is ready to counter the petitioners' arguments.
But we have been prepared for this for so long. We were always saying that this would eventually reach the Supreme Court. And we have prepared our arguments that the RH law is constitutional.
On Tuesday next week, it will be the government's turn to argue why the law is constitutional. Both pro and anti-RH law groups stage rallies outside the Supreme Court. The RH law funds the distribution of free contraceptives and requires government institutions to provide reproductive health services. President Benigno Aquino marshaled congressional support for the divisive measure, angering the Catholic Church.